Hey everyone, it's Nora here and welcome to another video for my legs and glutes challenge, and this one is looking at nutrition. So last week we spoke very briefly about delayed onset of muscle soreness and preventing that through stretching and hydration, but this week we're not going to be able to prevent that because we're going to be working the muscles a lot. And we're going to be sweating a lot, and we are going to need to be hydrated, and we need to make sure that we're getting enough electrolytes into the system so that we can prevent things like excessive soreness or cramping, for example. So here is something that you guys can make at home. It's really quick to make, and this is why I wanted to show the video to you guys, because you might think, oh, I've got to go make something from scratch in the kitchen, that's going to take ages. If you're homeschooling, get the kids involved as well. A nice fun activity for them to do, and especially if you know you don't like to drink a lot of water, and for the children as well, you know, hydration is linked to brain function and how concentration levels, etc. So this is like an all-around benefit for everybody. So you have 2 oranges. You can add more or less. I'm going to use 2 for a jug, and you're going to squeeze the orange juice in there, and I want to make sure I'm getting all the pulp as well, because I like to have the bits in there. So that's my first one. If you have organic oranges, that's preferable. My second one, and especially if you're somewhere hot, this would be really refreshing after a workout with some nice ice cubes in there as well. All right, let's go. And you can keep this in the fridge. You can make a nice big jug and keep it in the fridge, and just before and after you finished working out, you can have a cup. Let's do next one. And try and choose really sweet. Sometimes, depending on where you are, you might have juicing oranges. Right, this one's a bit slippy. You want to try and add that. So that's 2 and 3 and 4. This is a little bit messy, so sometimes I don't try and get my oranges squeezed. I'm gonna cover that. Squeeze, well, I just literally go for it and I squeeze all of the juice out. Right, so you have your oranges, and I'm going to use limes as well. This does get kind of messy. It's also kind of therapeutic because it's almost like you're doing you know, when you have the stress balls, it's the same thing like that. So the juice of 1 lime. And you'll see you're getting quite a lot of juice in there as well. And I like this because it gives the body vitamins and minerals and enzymes, a little bit of fiber, natural sugars, and you're getting a lot from the raw honey that we'll put in there. And if you want to get adventurous, you can also add some coconut water, which is great for hydration, and it's a natural electrolyte drink. So you know, you don't go and buy anything that's full of toxins and additives and flavorings and citric acid or sweeteners. This is something that you can make. Like, look, we're on about 3.5 minutes here in that little bit of time, and it's so good. So that's the juice of the limes and the lemons and the oranges. And then we're going to take the ginger, so fresh ginger, and you're going to put in as much as you want to flavor it. So I put in about 3 chunks there. I cut 4. And then we're going to put in a pinch of salt. So if you have Himalayan pink salt, high in like 80 plus different minerals, which is what he needs, especially when we're doing exercises like this. For muscular contraction, it's super important to have your minerals to be balanced with your mineral intake. Or you can just use, because I'm out of my pink salt, you can just use sea salt. Try not to use table salt, okay? Because you want to get the real stuff. So just about, I'm just going to do a little bit less than this, a little pinch literally. And if you have high blood pressure or you've been advised to watch your sodium intake, then I would speak with a doctor before adding the salt to this. I'm going to get a new spoon so I don't make my honey salty. And then we're going to add the honey. So this one is really good. I don't like promote stuff without like due course, and this is so good. See how much I've had already. So this is raw organic buckwheat honey from Poland, and it is so good. Like, so think Winnie the Pooh. You know when you watch Winnie the Pooh and he goes and he steals honey? Well, this honey is like Winnie the Pooh type honey. It's really good. And I'm going to take about that much, a tablespoon's worth, and I'm going to let's put it in there. And you should have some pre-warmed water. You don't want it hot, just like warm so that you can just melt the honey in there. And I'm just going to give it a little stir. And that is it, people. That's as much as you need to do for your homemade electrolyte drink. And then you just top this up with filtered water. So if you have a homemade, not a homemade, how do you have a homemade filter system? I mean, maybe you can, but if you have a home filtration system, like a reverse osmosis water filter, that's great. If not, try to avoid tap water. Try to get water from a glass water bottle. So you may go to the store and buy water from a glass water bottle, still spring water, okay? And then you just make sure you've stirred the honey in, top it up with water, put it in the fridge. Oh, it's really yummy. It's a how to describe the taste. You can taste it's not salty, but you can taste it. You can taste the balance. It's really nice. And then when you're working out, especially if you're sweating a lot or doing a lot of activity, or if you know you're cramping, or if you know or prone to cramping, or you start cramping, or you know that you get quite tight and the muscles get quite painful, start to add a couple of glasses of your own homemade electrolyte drink to your diet every day. See, the honey hasn't quite melted there, but I'm going to leave it to sit at room temperature, and I'm going to come back and mix it. So guys, that's it. I'll try and put a few more videos out this week about nutrition because we're going to be kicking it up, and I know that nutrition also is going to be really imperative in how you guys are going to see results from this challenge. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please feel free to post me your own recipes, your own modifications to what you've done with your homemade electrolyte drink, and enjoy it, and I will see you later.